A princess once refused a crown for her newborn and rewired a 1,000-year lineage in a single breath. What debt will history charge for that freedom? The gamble matters because Britain's monarchy now spends more capital on relevance than on regalia, and every breach of protocol tests whether tradition is ballast or anchor. If overall trust, hovering at 52%, drops below half, Republic chatter will thunder from fringe forums to the floor of Parliament. Could one mother's instinct swing the dial? Buckingham footmen still recall the 10th of November, 1977, the Queen's first grandchild lay in a St. Mary's Hospital bassinet, and courtiers had the parchment ready. Custom demanded a style, Prince Peter or at least Lord Linlithgow, but Anne, hair pinned in no-nonsense coils, told her mother to hold the ink. According to palace insiders, shock turned the birthing sweet to ice. Elizabeth II pressed twice for reconsideration, yet the Princess Royal stared past wallpaper to future job interviews. Silence rang louder than chapel bells. Biographer Brian Hoey later wrote the Queen feared a grandchild half-dressed in protocol would feel drafty both at court and corporate drinks. Yet grandmotherly anxiety lost to maternal strategy, and the birth certificate read simply Peter Mark Andrew Phillips, no Her Royal Highness, no courtesy lordship. A single signature bent the arc of Windsor inheritance further than any Civil War decree. A dynasty blinked first. Anne's reasoning used hard numbers. A 1976 Gallup employer survey showed 61% of British hiring managers wary of titled candidates, citing tabloid fuss and class resentment. She decided autonomy would beat ceremony by the time Peter hit the graduate market of year 2000. Would pollsters outvote peerages? Tradition met cost-benefit analysis. 4 years later, the 15th of May, 1981, and doubled down. No Lady Zara, merely Zara, a name she lifted from the Mediterranean racing chart of a yacht she once helmed. Royal historian Ingrid Seward described Elizabeth's smile as china smooth, flawless on the surface, brittle underneath. A single eyebrow can tilt a scepter. Like unfiltered palace calculus? Tap subscribe. Your click keeps corridors lit for midnight footnote hunts. Anne's workload never sagged. Court Circular logged 457 engagements for her in 2024, eclipsing every sibling and nephew. She baptized lifeboats before breakfast, briefed Save the Children by lunch, inspected naval cadets at dusk. Observers noted Peter grew with nannies, yet Zara clung to her mother's hip in helicopter cabins, hearing calls on famine logistics between nursery rhymes. Duty hummed above bedtime stories. Schooling remained elite, wind-lashed Gordonstown in Murray, where dorm windows rattle like North Sea rigging. There the siblings learned bagpipes at dawn and bivouacked on Cairngorm Scree at 14, grit without guilt. Fees touched £15,000 per annum in 1990. Anonymity evidently costs the same as aristocracy when survival treks come standard. Ledgers outlast lullabies. Peter chased horsepower, not horse guards. Jaguar Racing hired him in 2000, Williams poached him 2 seasons later. He wrangled corporate suites at Monaco where billion-euro murmurs mingle with exhaust haze. By 2006 he pivoted to Royal Bank of Scotland, translating pit wall urgency into quarterly slide decks, thrill meets spreadsheet. Engines drown out trumpets. Zara saddled 4-legged rockets. She won eventing World Gold in 2006, BBC Sports Personality that winter, and Olympic silver at London 2012, shaving 1.2 seconds off the median cross-country time. Her medal ended a 40-year drought and echoed her father Captain Mark Phillips's Munich Gold Bloodlines gallop even without titles. Crowds cheer medals louder than coronets. Data point, Ipsos tracking May 2025 shows 67% of under 35s applaud royals with day jobs, 29% prefer full-time ribbon cutters, 4% unsure. Kantar finds Anne's individual approval at 64%, 2 points shy of Catherine, 20 above any cabinet minister. A PricewaterhouseCoopers brief estimates FlexiRoyals save taxpayers $9 million annually in travel and staff allowances. Numbers steer carriages faster than horses. Yet normal is elastic. Peter and Zara still spent Easters stalking grouse on Balmoral and summers island hopping aboard royal yacht successor Leander. Sociologist Dr. Angela Keane labels their upbringing privileged permeability, gates open, but paths self-chosen. Privilege can be porous and sharp. According to palace insiders, King Charles quietly salutes Anne's foresight, calling Peter our reality stress test in loafers. Yet some courtiers fret commercial hustle erodes Windsor mystique. A branded pit lane appears less regal than a trooping flypast. A Daily Mail focus panel counters that mortgage payments feel more heroic than tiara debuts. Era outvotes aura. Zeitgeist taps the scepter's rim. First major twist, the 3rd of June, 2025 Buckingham Garden Party. Prince William arrayed the photo line so Zara, Beatrice, and Eugenie flanked him, hinting at a flexibench of part-timers. Columnists called it Annism gone policy, titles optional, metrics mandatory, strawberries served with spreadsheets. Applause met gasp. Like and subscribe again or miss the moment spreadsheets replace scrolls. And, asked whether she felt vindicated, replied, patronage is a verb, not a noun. Her charities raised £14.7 million in 2024, double the Millennium intake, crediting bike helmet unveilings over black tie balls. She logs more rural miles than any cabinet minister, yet returns to Gatcombe to muck her own stalls. Humility smells of hay and diesel. One grin outshines Ruby's. Legacy weighs on Generation Alpha. Zara's eldest, MIA, is pre-registered for Gordonstown class of 2037. Savannah Phillips eyes a STEM charter near Cirencester. Yet William's streamlined monarchy blueprint projects only 6 salaried royals by 2040. Will flexibench cadets wear clipboards or coronets? Blueprint lines tremble on drafting paper. Data point: Oxford economics models that shifting 20% of low-impact engagements to unpaid cousins could shave civil list outlay by 11 million yearly. Visit Britain warns tourist spend may dip 5% if daily balcony numbers halve. Treasury calls the differential manageable with narrative adjustment. Finance departments now run sentiment simulations alongside rainfall charts for parade days. Even budgets curtsy to optics. Historical echoes approve. Princess Louise renounced Her Royal Highness in 1871 to sculpt marble in shabby London studios. Edward VIII traded majesty for a mortgage and a Manhattan pied-à-terre. Anne's middle path, no exile, no crown, maximum agency, could endure as the stickiest precedent of all. Portrait eyes track the living. Meanwhile critics prod, did title-free freedom insulate Zara from tabloids? Between 2003 and 2006 she still appeared on 249 splash covers, only 5 fewer than Cousin William, each shot sold at 4-figure syndication rates. Freedom toggles publicity, it cannot mute lenses. Cameras never yield to silence. Anne's experiment also rewired finances. Independent valuation places Peter's net worth near 15 million, Zara's around 25 thanks to equestrian endorsements and a whiskey collaboration. By contrast, a working duke's sovereign grant stipend tops at $250,000, but every check demands FOI transparency. Cost curves seldom flatter ermine. Perception, however, sells. Brand Index shows Princess and Trust Score at +36, above Apple and McDonald's in July 2025. Royal Family, total, sits at +18. Analyst Ruth Payton credits the delta to visible graft and zero scandal, a formula boardrooms crave and tabloids begrudge. Iconography meets KPIs. Next ripple. Privy Council drafts engagement accreditation guidelines that rank royal appearances by funds raised rather than ribbons cut. If Zara outperforms a titled duke 2 seasons running, the Duchess Excel macros will sing her praises in cyan and green. Will metrics dethrone monograms or spark a golden lace rebellion? The chessboard resets nightly. And watches from Gatcombe's West Terrace, coffee steaming, mares grazing. She once said, "You're only as relevant as yesterday's fundraiser." By that yardstick, her title-free heirs might outrun every coronet in the cupboard. An icy dawn rolls over pasture. Final like subscribe nudge, miss MIA Tyndall's first ribbon cut and you might miss monarchy's pivot to Generation Agile. Next episode we track that ribbon to discover whether Anne's gamble births a dynasty reboot or dissolves into folklore, because the future crown may rest on a girl who never asked for one.